Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can use this new feature in Photoshop that we have, which is called AI generative fill. Obviously, you've been seeing a lot of memes and reels about it, where someone can choose a region of a photo, and once they choose a region, it's going to say generate, and it's going to give you a prompt beside it. So you're going to click on generate, and obviously, as you can see, it was empty, but now it has a cheetah over there, and you can also add anything you want. So basically, you're going to open up your Photoshop and you're going to go to any picture you have. Let's say we have this picture. You're going to go to the selection tool and then just select a part of your photo. Here it says use any selection tool to select an object or area in your image and select the generate a fill button in the contextual taskbar. Write a prompt describing the object or scene you want to generate in the text entry prompt box, or leave it blank, and Photoshop will fill in the selection based on the surroundings. And then finally, click generate, and obviously you're gonna get to see the whole thing, and it turns it into something cool pretty fast. So that's why I like this a lot, and you should use this for yourself as well. Simply click on create new video. Now, the main basic components of editing in CapCut are pretty simple to get your head along. So you're going to come here, obviously choose your aspect ratio. Once you do that, you're going to click on upload video. So once you do that, here you can see I have a video. I'm just going to paste it over here, and it comes into the timeline. Now, once you have it over here, you get quite a lot of tools. So here's the split tool over here, where you can split different aspects of the video. Obviously, choose the video before splitting. Then there's split scene, where you can automatically find scenes in a video and split the video into several clips, which is basically AI related. Then you can download a certain clip if you want to. You can flip a clip horizontally if you want to. So if you come here, look at that, this clip is flipped. Then you have cropping, reversing, and all the main components on this side. And these are the editorial designing tools on the right side, with audio, animation, speed, background, and all. And there's elements that you can add, transcriptions, effects, transitions, filters, and a whole lot more. So these are the CapCut editing components, and it's pretty simple to edit on this, and this is how you're going to do it.
Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to edit a TikTok video like a pro. Let's launch the app and let's pick up the video that we want to upload today. I select this small short video from the Central Park. First thing that you want to do is you want to click on the lower arrow so you will extend the settings. Now you'll be able to see all the available functionalities and things that you can actually change on your video. Let's start with the basics. Let's start with the captions, especially if you have a video in which you wanna, serve a message to the people, so people will be able to read and understand you much better. In our case, we do have people singing in the park, so I am going to keep the subtitles, the captions, and I'm going to edit them. I'm gonna make them pop up by putting a background with white color. Then you can hold the captions with your finger and slide them to the lower end of the screen, so you will have a better positioning. Second thing that it is very important is, of course, the filters. We want to make, especially when the video is taken outside, you want to make the whole footage pop out. In this our case, we use the worm, so you see how the foliage at the back popped out. It's very nice. It's very important, especially if the video is taken outside. Another thing that also is very important is that you will see that you have the option to use text. You can use text in this particular case for simply put a title, so you can direct the audience what they're expecting to see, or you can simply map up the location, even though you do have the options later on to tag the location. In our case, we are going to use the text just simply to pinpoint where is it, what is happening on the screen, because someone might be at work and not being able to actually listen or play the actual sound. Essentially, you can see there are plenty of other options on the side, but you're not gonna need all of them in most cases. In most cases, you're only gonna need the captions, the filters, the text, and in some cases some other functions. Next part is the sweetest part, the search engine optimization for the actual post. Let's start with the easy part. Let's map up the location. In our case, it's New York. Let's start with 2-3 sentences. Usually this is enough. if you optimize for the search engine. This will help you essentially to not only deliver the message but find the right viewers for your video, people who are actually interested in this type of content. In our case, we are going to use a live concert in Central Park, and also we are going to include during the weekend, because this is another very popular search term. A lot of people are looking for things to do in the city over the weekend. Then of course the hashtags. FYP is supposed to be the first hashtag, more generic, but this is what people really, usually comes into the algorithm. Followed by, of course, we are having things to do in New York City, which is more niche down hashtag. And the last one, of course, is going to be weekend, because this is again niching down the topic of the video and the content in the video itself. Basically, that's it. Last but not least, you want to make sure that the cover of your video is arranged and it's attractive and it collects a lot of attention. So now all we gotta do is to click on select cover, something that you see on the top right corner. Usually you wanna pop something that had a zoom in footage. In some case that you will actually drag the curiosity into your video so people will click and see it. We choose a small part of the actual background of the foliage of the park. Basically that's it. Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to edit videos on the iPhone itself. Very easy guys, very simple. You can edit your videos for absolutely free. We did make a video about how you can edit your photos, so you want to make sure you watch this full in that 8-minute tutorial. Now I'm gonna show you how to do something similar with your videos over here. So first thing you want to do when you're at your video, as you can see over here, you want to go up to the edit button on the upper right corner. We want to click edit. So now our editing process begins over here. First thing first, you want to adjust the length of the video itself. As you can see over here, you can move it left, right, you can extend or reduce the duration of the video. So this is very important, and this is like I said, the very beginning, because you want to make sure that you're aware of the actual contrast and the whole information. On the upper left corner, you will see that we actually muted the video so it will not mix. We actually muted this video simply because we don't want to mix the voices and the sound from the video and me speaking to you guys. But you can actually unmute if you click over here. As you saw, we have two options, on and off. On the lower side of the screen guys, you will have the option to adjust the actual video, the second function over here. Now with the adjustments, we are going to proceed with the very basic first automatic adjustments. This is the function where people clicking and selecting when they are not willing to do the job individually. They're not willing to go through different elements. They're simply clicking this and they move on. In our example, we're not going to utilize this and we're going to keep it at 0. We're going to proceed with individual edits. The first one of which is the actual exposure. Exposure is what sometimes appears to be when you took a very bright elements in the dark room or in the dark background. The exposure will help you again to reduce the difference between the both objects, the background and the focus image, so it will make it smoother. Otherwise, if it was like this, it will be very hard for you to see it. But now with the exposure, we can kind of mute both and make them to align. The second option is the highlights. This is where you are going to see how particular elements of the image are becoming alive and becoming much more natural. If you look at over here, how the car is getting much more alive, much more like a movie vibe, more vintage look versus the regular street image. The next option is the shadows. Shadows are helping you to reduce any brightness or any distraction around the image. So for example, if I want to have all the focus around the object next to the car, I'm going to increase the actual shadow, and now the focus will be on the car and on the person next to the car. If I want to do the opposite and have a general focus not on particular image or object, I'm gonna reduce the actual gap, and this is what is going to happen. Now everything is in focus. The next option is the contrast. This is where the colorful items will pop and everything else will become muted. As you see the shadow, you see how the shadow of the car is moving, the shadow of the person is moving and is getting darker and darker. The next one is the brightness. This is where a lot of people are actually not doing a good job. The brightness helps you only when you have a picture that is taken during the nighttime without a flashlight. In any other scenario, brightness simply could make small details from the image to disappear, and we don't want that. So be very careful with the brightness. The next one is the black point. I like this one because this simply could reduce the glare. Sometimes look at the reflections of the car, right? Look at the reflections of the person next to the car. Now when we increase the black point, this reflection simply disappears, reduces the glare and makes things much clearer. The next one is the saturation. This simply boosts the colors. So if there is something that is black and white, it's not going to make any difference on the image, but anything colorful will pop. Just watch the car. The car is red, right? See how the car turned into burgundy. You see how the shoes, the brown shoes, turn very, very colorful. And everything that was black remained black, everything that was white remained white. The next one is the vibrance. This is same as saturation, just a slightly lighter version. If I move around, you're not gonna see as crazy colors. You're gonna see much sharper outlook of the video itself, but not gonna be crazy. The next one is the warmth. This is very useful considering taking pictures outdoor or taking pictures of flowers or gardens, because sometimes you might take a picture of foliage and there might not be a sun, and you cannot take a nice warm autumn picture with a lot of colors if there is no sun. But if you have this function, you can simply increase the warmth and everything will get to its place. The colors will pop, even the dark sky will get a little warmer. The last options are the tint function. This is simply changing the tone of the colors. For example, the burgundy will change into different color if we use the tint. Now it gets a little greenish, right? It can go all the way to the yellow palette. Not so useful in my opinion, guys. The next one is the sharpness. This is where you can actually turn your image into a caricature. So if we increase this one, you will see that this is like an old vintage, like a comics hero, right? I think it's cool. The next one is the definition. So this is actually smooth all the caricature effects, makes it again smooth, not so sharp, not so pointy. I like it. It definitely smooths the image and the overall picture. The next one, of course, will be the noise reduction. If you have any spots that are losing, that are making the picture looks not high quality, this is where you're gonna reduce this by simply utilizing the noise reduction. Last one is the vignette. Well, this is again not so useful. This brings, I would say, very, very, very small details sometimes to pop, but not always. Essentially, guys, this is everything that you need to know when you're editing your videos on your iPhone. For more tips and tricks like this, guys, subscribe and come back for more. Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to show you easy and simple way that you can edit viral Instagram reel videos, okay? You're gonna do it inside the Instagram. You're not gonna need any third-party software or app. Very easy, very simple. Let's launch the Instagram app first. Now guys, let's create a brand new post. Click on the lower center of the screen, hit the plus sign. Now let's try to slide on the side from post to reels. In this example over here, guys, I'm going to use this image over here, and we're going to create reels out of it. Okay, so the first thing I want you to pay very close attention is to the upper settings. So first of all, if you click on the first one, you will be able to download the actual reel in this particular setting before you edit anything. The second one is essentially if you want to add the music sounds are over here. You can essentially pick from what is currently trending, and you can actually search by the title. So if I go back, there is a search bar on top. You can search for an artist, or you can search for an actual title of a song. You can include voiceovers. You can import music over here from your device, right? So plenty of options over here, guys. The next thing is that if you want to create a particular filter on top of it, you can simply utilize some of these that will change the way how your content looks like. Not too hype about it. This is usually for people who are more creative and they don't have like a straightforward content. The next option is if you want to include a particular sticker. In our case, you can include functions like captions, you can include links, you can include some of this stuff, or you can simply come over here and look for whatever you want to upload. If there is like a birthday celebration or something, you can always do it, but remember, everything has to align with the overall idea, right? If the guy who is driving the car is having a birthday, right, you can put it over here, or you can put it over here. When you're finishing with the overall simple editing, we want to click next. Then guys, you want to create your metadata, meaning you need to create a title, which in our case will be simple Ferrari Monza test drive. Okay, then you want to come down over here. Probably a lot of you wonder why I didn't use hashtags. If you look at the most recent updates from the Instagram algorithm, the most viral post didn't carry any hashtags. And also pay attention to the promoted content on the platform. Even the promotion ads didn't have hashtags on their own post, so pay very close attention. The other people know something that you don't. Now I'm going to click on tag people. In our case, I'm going to add tag with the actual brand, which is a Ferrari, right? And then we're going to proceed to including audience. Our audience is everyone, simply because we want to generate more traffic. You can play with the topics. You can select a topic. For example, it could be cars, car enthusiasts, sports. It can be transportation, sports cars. Don't make it too niche down, okay? 1-2 categories I think will work the best. Next, you want to include the location. We are in Malibu in this particular picture, right? And I think that's basically all it, guys. Hit next and proceed with publishing, guys. This is how simple it is to edit your reels inside the Instagram app. You don't need CapCut, you don't need any complicated software. Everything is right over here, guys. For more videos like this, subscribe and like this video.